Welcome to UEOM Internet Church, October 15, 2024, Episode 22. Retrospectively in the last 24-hour cycle, as but one of a whole lifetime's 24-hour cyclically observed reiterated PRJW, politics, religion, justice, war, and EISEDP experiences, intuition, speculations, experiments, discoveries, productions, reenacting human events, reward and punishment, predominantly J-factor scenarios. Synergetic minds, human imagination recognizes justice as the imposter primarily because it was mistakenly positioned when earlier humans had no knowledge of all that has since been discovered in the 20th century. One such discovery is the vector equilibrium VE as Omnirational Universe's Equanimity model, EM, compared to the J-factor justice and any governing system's courts of law undoubtedly is where and when the R and P, reward and punishment, is decided from birth. Throughout a whole lifetime under such rule, humans, at every level of its interdependent operationally designated departments, attempt to solve behavioral problems with justice system as the balancing authority that oversees the R and P, reward and punishment considerations, whether the purposeful motivation intends satisfying resolutions of the punishment or the reward, these subsets of the PRJW parameter, all of it is predominantly physical, and none of it acknowledges metaphysical generalized conceptioning. But now that our 21st century humanity's consciousness evolution is apprised of the vector equilibrium VE and EM equanimity model, and as the RP reward and punishment is identified as a human invention, during the earliest civilization innovation by its slave mentality conditioning, when humans used their uneducated ignorance for solving behavior problems, the minor and major control issues, as various trading strategies, exploitations, and profiting played out, taking on a greater authoritarian power. There may have been some wisdom and a sense of fairness that paled in comparison to the human personality's festering anger, and likewise wants not to lose control during the interactions while compromising self-discipline and emulating every level of the authoritarian figurehead or the actual politically positioned, religion positioned, justice positioned, W factors positioned authority. A figurehead is defined as a person who holds a high position in a group, company, or organization. The cyclical interactions over millenniums attributed greater authority to the R, religion, and the J, justice factors as final reward and punishment, R and P arbiters. Ramifying culminations resulted in lost childhood or displaced children, abandoned infants, orphaned boys and girls. They were assigned to substitution parenting, housing, education, in a quagmire of potential abuses that involve the J factors, absence of forethought of the VEEM, metaphysical generalized conceptuality, to put it mildly. So long as humans cling to the PRJW, BCHM, politics, religion, justice, moral belief complex, hierarchical matrix throughout a lifetime of 24-hour cycles, when ignorance of omnirational universe is preferred to synergetic minds' metaphysically informed knowledge of a potential replacement matrix, the UIVMOFCH, Universe Isotropic Vector Matrix Operational Field Cosmic Hierarchy, there can be no consciously imagined conceptuality of VEEM to be considered as a replacement strategy for the reward and punishment induced prerequisite exploitative rationalization's least economic way systems can behave relative to unity and self in potential realized omnirational universe until metaphysical synergetic mind is validated. It is reasonable and logical to suppose more lip service will be paid to the false intentions that in principle cannot form a more perfect union, even when wishing and hoping for it as a self-governing system's highest achievable objective, primarily because the essential nomenclature is missing, and so too is the eternal metaphysical conceptual model that the missing word identifies. As we can read in Synergetics 443.01, the single word is equanimity, and the model is the vector equilibrium. A consciously coordinated thought and language comprehensive correlation between all human events, EISEDP, and the model that eternally tolerates and accommodates all the physically regenerative intertransforming transactions, which historically has been assigned to justice, the J factor, to decide rewards and punishments, and to religion, the R factor, regardless of the enormity of almost incalculable loss, when not recognizing that the design of humans who are individually equipped with an epistemological self-validating universe's equanimity model. Epistemology, according to Oxford University Press Dictionary and Thesaurus, is the branch of philosophy that deals with knowledge. It deals especially with methods, validity, and scope, which logically accredits the human psyche's brain and mind, correlating intricately to systemic thought and informed awareness of systems, generalized principles, and all aspects and conceptual degree of discernment that heretofore could not make an ingress into the communications process, much less refer to the discoveries of Albert Minster Fuller, his vector equilibrium as the equanimity model, and what I thus far imagine can be the conceptuality of it, extrapolated in support of universal integrity, when consciously adjusting the a priori thought to a total reality of universal principles. Logically, if justice has no philosophically acquired knowledge of the EM equanimity model, but thrives as the arbiter of rewards and punishments, to the decadence of dungeons and 24-hour isolation in prison cells, as capital punishment continues everywhere in the world, and increasing prison terms for multi-millions of incarcerated men, women, boys, and girls who are treated as exploitable collateral properties of the governmental system. Then, this predicament constitutes being in the wrong coordinate system. It is impossible to undo the harm that has been done in the process of the reenacting articulations, residual inaccuracies of observation and articulation, because whatever remedy is put in place will also increase the tolerance magnitudes of it, regardless how the rewards and punishment is imagined for satisfying the intention, supposedly quelling the The most logical solution across the spectrum of the human condition everywhere on Earth is a newly conceived contextual parameter known now as UIVMOFCH, while consciously obsoleting the PRJW. This is especially relevant since UEOM, University Journal Omniscient Mind, is accredited with the design of our evolving intelligent species as an integral regenerating integrity to include in our 21st century anticipatory design science reality projections correlating to forming a more perfect union, the regenerative eternally conserved energy that is conceptualized in the isotopic vector matrix as we can read in Synergetics 422.01, which is generated by asymmetrical closest packing sphere conglomerations. Suggested reading and viewing, Synergetics 422. Polarization of vector equilibrium, Synergetics 443. Vector equilibrium as equanimity model, Synergetics 502.22. EISEDP. YouTube movie magic, Foster Boy. English full movie, drama mystery thriller, a courtroom drama. Until next time, thank you. From Christina, Universe Citizen.
In the